All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Hodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four quarters of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of Global News and Prophecy being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, linking worldwide events to biblical prophecy to show you that everything that is written in the volume of the book is faithful and true, and that we are indeed living in the last days according to Second Esdras, the 6th chapter, the 7th verse on down. Esau will be the end of the world, meaning that the end of a wicked empire, the end of a wicked rulership on the earth would end with Esau, Edom, and that the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. So without further ado, let's get right into this.
We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement.
The foreign minister in Iran said, no, these talks aren't happening.
As in part, the U.S. and Iran have had very good, productive conversations over the last.
So, as you see right there on the browser, okay, Salat, got to connect to the internet. Let's do this. Connect automatically. So give me a moment here. Oh, sorry. So as you see right there, once again, Donald Trump gets caught lying, because that's all these devils do is ever lie, you know. He said that, talks are going really well, and things that no, that's and the reason why they feed y'all this rhetoric, okay? The reason why they feed y'all this rhetoric that things are going smoothly and this and that is really because they don't want to spread, like worldwide panic. They don't want people here in the U.S., to be on the edge of their seats. And generally, what the U.S. government wants, they want to keep their people in the dark as to what's really going on around the world and concerning the situation that the United States is in. So let's continue.
2 days. Trouble is, Iran says those negotiations haven't happened. The Iranian Foreign Ministry saying this: we deny what U.S. President Trump said regarding negotiations taking place between the United States.
Let's go back to where the serpent got caught lying again, because you gotta remember, we're talking about the same serpent here in the Garden of Eden that told Eve, "Thou shalt not surely die, but ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil," which he did add some truth in it, right? Because in order to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. So let's see. Let's see. Here we go.
We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement.
The foreign minister in
We have all points of agreements. I would say major points of agreement. So the serpent got caught lying, right? Meanwhile, we're hearing something else from Iran, right? And that's why the Holy Scriptures speak about how there will be great confusion in the latter days. You know what? here, just real quick. Um, let's go here to the KJV. Okay, that will be in Second Esdras. Okay, Second Esdras chapter 16, verse 17. All right, they're actually playing crisscross. See, this is what I be talking about. All right, go back. I'm hearing the Apocrypha, and they're gonna boldface tell me to my they're gonna boldface lie to me and say that there's no second Esdras. More lies from the devil, right? And here I am in second Esdras. Let's go to second Esdras, the 16th chapter, and then we're gonna go to the 17th verse. It's one of the precepts I remembered in my head. You see, let me see, victuals. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I wonder how well my mouse works on this table. Let me see. Okay, it's not bad. Could be better though. Okay, so this is the book of. Wish I had like a mouse pad or something. Okay, this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be good chief upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And here comes the key point. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. So great confusion is a part of the evils which shall grow upon the earth. And where does confusion comes from? Confusions come from lies being spreaded in the earth, which leads to chaos. It leads to deception. It leads to misleads, mishaps, you name it. And what are we witnessing here? We're witnessing great confusions in the earth because from one side of the party, we hear that talks are going good with Iran. You know, we had a couple of good deals here and there, and meanwhile, Iran said, "Nah, bruh, it ain't happening. No, we're not talking about this. We're not talking about this." So let's go ahead and continue playing the video here.
Iran said no, these talks aren't happening.
As in part, the U.S. and Iran have had very good, productive conversations over the last 2 days. Trouble is, Iran says those negotiations haven't happened. The Iranian foreign ministry.
There you go. But meanwhile, Donald Trump is saying that the negotiations did happen and that the negotiations went well and blah blah blah. Let's continue.
Saying this, we deny what U.S. President Trump said regarding negotiations taking place between the United States and America and the Islamic Republic of Iran.
We're hearing that the U.S. has issued.
And this is why you got to be an idiot to be watching the mainstream media over here in the U.S. Because when you watch the mainstream media over here in the U.S., you're going to hear nothing but fluff. You're going to hear nothing but lies. You're going to hear nothing but deception. Okay? Because one thing about the United States of America's mainstream media, they tell the people what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear.
Issued a global security alert for all Americans, and we're receiving conflicting information from the United States and Iran on the conditions right now of the war and potential negotiations. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest so that way you can see it for yourself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articles coming out in the last 24 hours. You can see here the U.S. issues a security alert to Americans around the world coming out March 23rd, 2026. The U.S. issues worldwide security alert urging caution as Iran-linked groups may target American interests. Now, this comes as we're hearing that Trump extends the Iranian deadline by 5 days and claims that there are productive talks. Now, we had heard him say that in 48 hours. This coming out over the weekend. If Iran did not
48 hours. Now, let me remind you, this was on March 23rd, 2026. Okay, let's see what today's date is. Today is the 25th. So we're 2 days later now after this was released.
respond to them and say they would not close the Strait of Hormuz, that energy facilities would be bombed. Take a look at the subtitle here. President delays the threat against energy infrastructure after Iran's threats of retaliation, while Tehran denies any talks are taking place. That is right. Take a look at this. Iran denies any talks with Trump, claims that he's retreating. No direct talks, buying time. What Iran has said on Trump's claims. Now, let me know in the comments. Who do you think is telling the truth here, Trump or Iran? Are talks taking?
Iran is telling the truth. Okay, you cannot believe anything the self-proclaimed white man says, because like it tells you, let's get it real quick. You can't trust anything the so-called white man says, because like it tells you in the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. Let's read it. Okay. Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, doing what? Speaking lies. Okay. Let's read this in the NLT. Let's see what it says in the NLT. Okay. These wicked people are born sinners. Okay. And in the book of in the book of Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, what would Esau, what would the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white people, what would they be known as in the book of Second Esdras, the second chapter? They would be known as the men of sin. Okay. Esau, which is talking about the self-proclaimed white people today, the Edomites, they would be known as the people of sin. Thus, Esau would be known as that man of sin, who would be revealed in the latter days. Okay. He would be revealed in the latter days. Okay. Through his wicked deeds, his decrees, and all manner of wickedness, which he would do in the earth. So these wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. And we see that. That's just plain and straight to the point, right? Okay, and let's read this in the NIV. Psalms 58 verse 3 in the New International Version. Even from birth, the wicked goes astray. From the womb, they are wayward, spreading lies. Okay, and now in the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter, right? Well, when it spoke about how Satan will be loosed from his prison for a little season and shall go out to the four corners of the earth and deceive the nations. Well, there you go. Okay, and when you go into that word Satan, that's going into a nation of people here on the planet Earth. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about the actual people here on the planet Earth who would be doing the working of Satan, according to Second Thessalonians, the second chapter. Even he who's coming is after the working of Satan, with all lies and deceivableness and lying wonders.
In place and negotiations are happening, or are they not? Drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. But take a look here. This coming out from True Social by Donald Trump today. It says, I am pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had, over the last 2 days, very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Based on the tenor and tone of these in-depth, detailed, and constructive conversations, which will continue throughout the week, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure.
And these are all lies, okay? These are all lies.
structure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump, March 23rd, 2026 at 6:23 a.m. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but we're hearing conflicting information and there is a U.S. global alert.
We have had very
Right now, I want to see the comments on this video. Let's just refresh the page here and see what happens.
We have had very strong.
Okay, so let's check out the comments here. Let's see what people got to say about this. Okay, this is from Bill F2380. I would not believe Iran if they told me the sun was shining. I would look outside to verify. So this dude is more than likely an Edomite. I would believe Iran over the US any day. Praying for world peace. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, you see, and no, that's the nerve of these Edomites, right? Be watchful for him, right? Truth is not in the Iran regime, right? But meanwhile, right, you got Donald Trump talking about, and you see this is what Second Esdras meant by great confusion. Because I mean, you even got people on the comment board saying that, nah, Iran are the liars. That they're the ones, they're the ones who want the war to go on and blah blah blah. And you can't believe anything Iran say. Meanwhile, for decades now, the United States of America has been known for spreading lies through their media. We're talking about the same U.S. government that blew down their own buildings on 9/11 and then turned around and said that the Arabs did it. But then later on down the line, it came out that the U.S. government was the one responsible for the destruction of the Twin Towers. So again, you cannot trust anything. You cannot trust anything that the U.S. government says. You just can't, man. Because the U.S. government has been known for being barbitual liars. Okay? I mean, like, why the fuck would you trust the U.S. mainstream media when they're sitting here, you know, when they're sitting here acting like they don't know what's going on concerning the Epstein files? And then they lied about the whole Pizzagate thing, saying that it didn't mean this, it didn't mean that. So, in other words, if you're trusting the mainstream media of the United States of America, you're just a straight up fool, man. You're a straight up fool, and you obviously don't know what's going on. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom is on to the next one.